There are principles that help to raise, a better children with love, wisdom, and balance.
Carry my family for head. If I go to sleep, she be na me down farm.
When I meet some parents when we are talking and they'll be complaining, I don't know that parenting is very, very difficult. Then I give a smile. The person you are even discussing it with, he or she is also facing the same challenges you are facing. But something about parenthood is that you just have to learn it. You just have to put yourself and to have a full commitment. Because if not, you will not be able to get what you want for the kids when you are raising them. So you just have to be principled. You just have to deny yourself of some things that you don't like the way you are being raised as a person. Yes, some parents do not even like the way their parents raised them, and you want to change it. It will be very, very difficult. What you are adapted to, what you are being used to, and now as you are now growing up, you discover that it's not supposed to be so, and you want to correct it in your kids. Don't forget, as a parent, you have to lead by example. So how will you balance it? That will make you to achieve your aim of raising a good individual.
Ọmọ sọ̀wánú olóhùn olórí ọkọ ò lè bá gúnjẹ kó fẹ́ bẹ́yẹ létò pọ̀ kò sóhun tá ò ṣiṣẹ́ fún tí mọ́ni lọ́wọ́ ìfẹ́ àti sùúrù ló máa ṣe pàtàkì kó má gbàgbé ìwà.
Yes, when you are raising your kids, number one thing that you should know is that as a parent, you yourself have to show love and affection. Let your children feel loved daily. Yes, hug your kids. Give them that lovely words, sweet words. Tell your children you are beautiful, you are doing well, you are great. Give them pet names. Give them names that when they hear it, they will be happy and want to do more for you. For example, at times when you look at your son, you can say, oh, my president, oh, my senator, oh, my banker. When you are calling him that kind of name, oh, my princess, oh, my nurse, my doctor, some names that when they look at you at times, they'll say, mommy, daddy, or my love. Give them sweet name, darling. It's not something special. They shouldn't hear something like that from an outsider. It's not difficult for you to call your child, you are my darling, you are doing well. Sweet names. Give your child hug. Maybe when you drop them in school, peck your kid's forehead. Let him know that yes, it's a blessing, yes. And some of their mates will be envying them that, oh, your mom do give you kiss or peck at the forehead. So nobody can do it. That will be strange to them because you've already shown them love. The way you correct them, the way you talk to them. Not that maybe they should be finding it difficult to even move closer to you as a parent. So if you want to make your kids to be well raised as a parent, what you should do is that show love to your kids daily in your modes of talking, in buying things for them. You are showing love. Embrace them, hug them, let them know that yes, they are special and they are unique.
Ṣiṣẹ́ fún tí mọ́ni lọ́wọ́ ìfẹ́ àti sùúrù ló máa ṣe pàtàkì kó má gbàgbé ìwà o má gbàgbé òtítọ́ o.
When you are giving your kids hug, when you are saying kind words to them, and you are showing that affection to them, that yes, they are special and they are beautiful. You can call your princess, oh, beautiful princess, sweet names. Have this at the back of your mind also. In that process, you just have to set boundaries. Yes, as a parent, you just have to do that, because these kids, you don't have to give them free total access to do some things freely the way they want. So set boundaries. Children need structure to feel safe and grow right. Set the structure in your home as a parent. Don't let your home to be derailed with the situation that the family is passing through. Let them know that yes, daddy don't want this, mommy don't like this. This is how they want you to behave in this family. Not that maybe you'll be strict or give them some rules and regulations that they will think, oh, is it do or die? No, but they will know that yes, daddy don't like this. When you go to school, daddy wants to know that yes, actually you are in school. Not that maybe that should not be coming and be calling your teacher that, oh, is he or she is in school. But you yourself as a child, we know that no, my dad likes somebody to be truthful. When I'm going somewhere, I should be where I'm going to. You are setting boundaries. It's not that maybe you send your kids errand and he or she will not even take you serious and start gisting with their friend by the roadside, or be using you to play football. Some kids are like that because they believe when they get home, there's nothing that will happen. So they take you for granted as a parent. No, don't allow your kids to take you for granted. You have to set boundaries. At the same time, show them love. Tell them sweet words. Don't forget, I told you that as a parent, you have to lead by example. So let what you say correlate with what you are doing as a parent. You yourself have to set good example, because they are watching you. If you tell them that, okay, don't do this, and they discover that daddy is doing it or mommy is doing it, and they'll be wondering, okay, why did daddy say I shouldn't do it? Why he himself is doing that? Why did mommy say I shouldn't do this? Why she herself is doing that? So as a parent, you have to caution yourself. When you want to raise a good individual, you have to balance it. Yes, your upbringing is different from the way you want to raise your own kids, because there's some traits in you that you don't like and you don't want it to happen to your own child. It's very, very difficult because you are used to it. But at the same time, you just have to learn how to lead by example. So when you say don't do this, come home early, you yourself as a father, when you say latest by 7 o'clock, everybody should be at home. And you as the father of the head of the family, you are not yet home around 1 a.m. What kind of message are you passing? Or mommy that said everybody must, after school, you must be at home latest by 6 o'clock. Maybe you even do extra lesson, whatever. By 6, you should be at home. And mommy herself, she's not yet back till 11 a.m. p.m. rather. So what kind of message are you passing across? You are not leading by example. You yourself that want the kids to be back at home to do 1 or 2 things, you have to do the same thing. So because they are really watching us. Yes, they do as we do. So as a parent, we just have to lead by example, and we have to set good examples for these kids. And African setting, as a parent, I don't know that home that your mother or your father will apologize to you. I've never seen that, because we are in Africa. How will I apologize? Even though they want to do that, but they will do it stylishly, but they will not say sorry. But let's learn to inculcate that. Let's learn how to say, oh, sweetheart, I'm sorry for what happened the other time. Yes, it's difficult because the way we are brought up, the way we are wired as African parents. But when we do that, what message are we passing? We are trying to pass that message of humility and honesty. That is just the simple truth. Oh, what can make daddy to say he's sorry? No. I have to accept daddy. Daddy has said sorry, mommy said sorry. Okay, me myself, I shouldn't do some things that will warrant daddy or mommy to be angry with me. You are passing a message, and they'll learn that from you, because they won't be looking down on other people they find it difficult to say sorry, or to themselves as siblings. They learn to apologize to themselves, because you yourself as a parent, you cite an example. But yes, African setting, African parent, we find it difficult to say sorry to our kids. we just maneuver our ways to, to win their heart towards us. But at times, occasionally, learn to say sorry. It's not a crime. When you do that, you are setting a good example of humility and honesty. And when you are saying sorry, it's applicable to you daddies and mommies. When you have issues and these kids are watching you, nobody can even show, oh, so my dear is okay, I'm sorry. They are looking at you. When both of you are having issues, these kids know, they may not just know how to figure it out. But when they discover that, oh, mommy just said, okay, sweetheart, sorry. And then I say, okay, it's okay, let's move on. Teach them respect. You are teaching them respect. Or maybe mommy want to talk to the dad the way he just, shouts. We women at times, when we are carried away with some situations, you just talk and you raise your voice at your husband. That's the reality, because I said this topic today is practical. If it doesn't happen in your home, then I don't see family that time situation warrants your wife to just say, daddy, what is it? At the same time, don't forget that kids are around. So we have to control our emotion. We have to control ourselves as a parent when we want to talk to ourselves in presence of the kids. Teach them respect. Respect your husband, no matter how. When you are doing that, they are watching you. They learn that from you. And that is too, you respect the woman of the house. I'm not saying you should respect by doing some things that does not really call for as a man, doing some things that people will be wondering, is there something else there? But at the same time, give her that respect. Don't beat up your wife in the presence of those kids. Don't bully the woman. And as a woman too, don't bully your husband. Indirectly, we women do it at times. I'm a woman. You may not know that you do it. And these kids are watching. So it's what you are setting, what you are laying down that these kids are watching. And how will you raise a good person, a good individual that will now set up a family without bullying his or her wife? It's very, very difficult. Or the wife will be bullying the husband because they see the way the mom treats their dad. So these are the things we should checkmate in our home as parents, for us to have a good individual that will raise a good family, for us to have a good society and a great nation at large. As a parent, learn to encourage your kids. Yes, encourage them, praise them. When they do something, my dear, well done, thank you, you make me proud. Say it to them. Like this end of the year that people are collecting their results, most parents are after maybe kids collecting prize. No, your kids may even improve than last semester, last session. But you will not come down to check the grades, maybe before he or she is scoring like 60 in mathematics, and now he or she scores 70 or 75. Praise him or her that, oh my dear, you are doing well, you are progressing. Not that you just castigate him or her that, okay, is that one having 2 8s? Then you start comparing. When you start doing that as a parent, you are belittling your child. The self-confidence will not be there anymore. Learn to encourage your kids. Praise them when they do something nice. And when they do something wrong, try and correct them in love. That is what parenting entails. You yourself, you know how you are being brought up. So try and adjust in a way that, these kids will still love you. And at the same time, know that, oh, mommy is correcting me, daddy is correcting me, not that maybe that they hate me, The way we are brought up, we see our mothers as somebody that hates us and see our father as somebody that really likes us. No, it's not like that. It is now that we are adults that we know that, no, mommy and daddy not really hate us, but they are trying to put us in the right channel. But the way they handle parenting is what makes it more complex than now. And as a family, if you want to balance things, have this at the back of your mind, parents. When daddy gives instruction in the house, don't allow these kids to tell you that, mommy, should I do this? Maybe they've gone to their father, for example, and said, daddy, we want to watch the TV. And daddy said, no, don't watch TV. Do something else. You know, these kids, they are so smart. They will not go back and go and meet mommy. Mommy, can we watch TV? You as a mother, don't say, go and watch it now. And someone may say, daddy said no, go and watch it. No, you are not balancing it. Try and join hands together to enforce some rules. And don't let them see that, okay, daddy is harsh, mommy is harsh, or daddy is nice, mommy is not nice. Don't create that impression to these kids. That is what parenting is. So if daddy said don't do this, mommy should be able to support the father that, okay, daddy said you shouldn't do it, so don't do that. And they come to mommy said don't do that. They should not say that, let them play now. These kids, let them play, they're on holiday. No. Okay, your mommy said you shouldn't play now. Now, don't do that. Don't play. Do what mommy said you should do. When they say that you are speaking one voice, it will be very, very difficult for them to understand you and penetrate into you parents. I know what I'm saying. These kids, they know how to penetrate, to get attention to themselves and get what they want. So you have to learn how to balance it, both daddy and mommies. As parents, you do what you should do. Another thing is that pray and guide spiritually. As a parent, no matter how busy you are, no matter your schedule, learn to pray for these kids and guide them spiritually. They know nothing. They are just being innocent, doing their own thing, you know. Instill value and moral direction. That is what will help. If you tell your kids everything with what you know, with the research you've done about parenthood, how to raise a good children, you are well trained. If you don't pray and guide them, it won't yield results, because it's only God that can be with them when you are not there. So that one gives them the fear of God to do some things that they shouldn't do. When they have that fear of God, they'll say, no, I shouldn't do this. Not because mommy and daddy says that you shouldn't do that, but because of your prayer and God on their side. You say, no, I can't do this. How will my mom and my dad feel if they hear that I do this? So you have to learn how to pray for your kids and guide them spiritually. Because of our time, what are the don'ts that you shouldn't do as a parent? Number one thing, don't shout. Don't insult your kids, and don't beat in anger. Most of us, we are guilty of that. When we are annoyed and we handle those kids the way we want to beat them, as if, you know, but we shouldn't do that, because in the process, we can injure them. In the process, when we talk some things, when they provoke us, we can say some negative words into their life. And, you know, it's not something good. So when we are angry, let us try and calm down and not beat them. And let us be careful of the kind of words we say to our kids when we are angry. It goes a long way. So don't shout. Some people, when they are annoyed, you see them shouting to their kids, and the neighbor in the fourth house will be hearing them talking, and they say, mommy, so it's okay. You don't need that. You don't need that as a parent. You can correct your kids without shouting. You know that, no, daddy is correcting me, mommy is correcting me, and they will listen to you. So learn how to talk to your kids without giving them insults or, you know, beating them in anger or say some things negative to their lives. As I've said earlier on, don't compare your kids with other children. No, you have a special and unique children. They are president of tomorrow, they are governor of tomorrow, they are, you know, first lady, minister of tomorrow, and they are someone that will be great in their different profession that they find themselves. So never compare your kids with anybody. If you are doing that, you are harming yourself indirectly, because these kids are watching, and if they don't achieve what they're supposed to achieve because of your words of condemnation, you know what that means as a parent. Have this at the back of your mind as a parent. Don't over pamper your kids and don't over control. That's why I said Parenthood is something that it is only God that can help. You have to balance it. The same way you want to pamper your kids, you want to make the child or the girl or the boy to look unique and being admired. You don't have to be carried away. You just have to be in charge also, because you want to raise an adult. You are raising a kid that will become an adult. Be responsible for once. So teach them what responsibility means. At the same time, pet them and pamper them. Don't be too over control. And dear parents, don't force your dream on your kids. Let them follow their own path in life. When you start forcing I'm a lawyer, you have to be a lawyer, because nobody will replace me in my chamber. If he doesn't like to be a lawyer, it's not by force. I'm a medical doctor. Who will not take over my books, my things, my hospital, what I bought? It's not his own line or our own line. You must be a nurse because I'm a nurse. No. Let them follow their own path of career. If they want to be a nurse because, it's their passion, well and good. If they say, no, I want to be a pastor, let them be a pastor. Yes, it's a good line. Let them be a pastor. If they say, okay, I want to be a singer, fine. Pray for them and encourage them. As far as what they are doing elevates God and it's not something that government is against, why not? Support the dream of your kids. And in future, you just relax. Okay, that's what you want. So be it. I always tell you, parents, as we are training our kids, don't rely too much on schools to raise your kids. Parenting start from home. Raise them well from home. Not that, in the school. Most of we parents nowadays, because of our busy schedule, we drop them in the hostel. We don't even have time for our kids anymore. For that 3 months, go and stay in the hostel. Nothing more, no training, no home training, no nothing. And at the end of the day, they are back to the society and they are going to, become an adult. They will marry. And what do you expect? What kind of kids do you want that kind of a child to raise if God is not on his or her side? I don't know. Because when you are not well trained from home, I don't know how you will also train your own children. When everybody now dumps their own kids in the hostel. That's another talk for another day anyway. And when you are doing this as a parent, don't expose your kids to adulthood too early. When I see some parents, the way they handle their kids, a child of 8, the way you dress for her as a lady, I would not be wondering, how old is this? She's still a girl, but you started dressing for her as if she's an adult. Some things we even ask 10-year-old child to do. I'll be wondering, this guy is still young. Why making him or her? Yes, we know the situation of the country warrants some things, but at the same time, I think you should give them tags that is appropriate to their age. Not that they should be feeling like, they've grown. Some things you say in their presence, the way you talk, you've forgotten that you are carried away that these kids, they are still babies. Yes, I use that word. But when you talk among them, the kids, you'll be talking as if, you are in the midst of adults. Some words that you shouldn't utter. You treat them as, there's nothing new anymore. Yes, but at least try and be cultured as a parent. Know the kind of words you say in the presence of these kids. The kind of clothes they put on. The kind of, the way they address people. Let them know that, yes, you are still growing. You need to learn. That's how they look at adults nowadays, as if they are nobody. Yes, because they hear some things you parents says about some adults, and the respect is no more there in the society. They don't give adults respect anymore. They will be wondering, there's nothing new about you people. I have known it, even at their tender age. As a parent, have this at the back of your mind. Don't give up on any of your kids. No, because children grows differently. The way your firstborn is may not be the way your secondborn is or your thirdborn, the number of kids God gives you. So don't give up on anyone. Maybe the way of life, academically, he or she is not bright, and you say, the second one is bright, just shift attention. No, they are different. They are unique, I always tell you. So treat them equally, even though we have one that we will surely love among them. It is natural. That is how it is. You can't deny that fact. Out of your kids, you don't wonder, okay, I love this one, but don't show it. So treat them equally and don't give up on your kids. As a parent, I let you know that parenthood is something that is complex. Yes, you just have to balance it. So when parenting is getting hard, at times kids may bring some behavior that you'll be wondering, are you my son? Are you my child? Yes, don't give up. The only thing is that keep learning and keep trying. That's something about parenthood. We keep learning and we keep trying to where we get the best out of our kids. Parenting is not a perfect journey. It is a growing one. What matters is that you love intentionally, correct wisely, and lead by example. I believe you've learned one or two things on our program today, Family Circle. And then don't forget that on this program, we'll be bringing some topics that will elevate our family, because we have to build a strong home, because that is a foundation. When we succeed on that, definitely we are going to have a good society and a great nation. My appreciation goes to my studio engineer. Thank you for being there, Elijah Michael. I really appreciate you. And the crew, thank you very much, my brother. And the entire staff of RITA 6.1 FM, thank you for being supportive. Dear listeners at home, thanks for joining us on today's edition of Family Circle. Remember, the future starts from the home, and your role as a parent is one of the most powerful roles in the world. Till next time, when I be privileged to come on air for another edition of programs here at RITA 6.1 FM, I remain my humble self, Rita Sajo. Good afternoon.